Hey, what's up, everybody? Clayton Hensel here at the North American Christian Convention in 2017. The theme this year is This is for Everyone. And I'm here at the Christian Standard booth, and I'm with somebody I just met. As I was talking to some other people, I saw him off in the distance talking to the publisher of the Christian Standard, Jerry Harris, and this guy's story is kind of unreal. His name is Tony Simoncini, and he is a part of a church plant up in Utah, in Salt Lake City, correct? Or just outside of Salt Lake City?
Yeah, we're about 30 minutes southwest of Salt Lake City in a city called South Jordan.
South Jordan. And not a lot of Christian churches up there.
We are one of two.
One of two.
City of 75,000.
City of 75,000.
Fastest growing, one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. We'll have twice that in the next 20, 30 years.
They're going to have twice that number of people. It's a booming town. And obviously, there are a lot of people up there who they were raised in the faith and they hold to the faith of Mormonism. And while they believe portions of the Bible, they don't believe all of the Bible. And,
for sure. And believe that we have
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, we don't have the truth, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what you're trying to do is you're going in there and turning a light on in a place that perceives itself to already have the light.
Right. Which is really hard.
Which is a dark place.
Really hard. Yeah.
That appears to be light.
Right.
And the cool part about this is he came, decided to be a part of this church plant,
right.
And then a lot of calamity happened, and I'm not going to go into all those details.
Yeah, it don't matter.
But you're still there.
Yes.
And so if you're out there and you're in a tough situation, you're in a tough environment, maybe more specifically you're watching this, you're a church planter, and your plant is harder than you planned on. It's tougher than you thought it was going to be. I want you to speak a word about how you've been able to hang on after other people have let go.
Yeah, so I mean the short version of the story is we had a team of people that moved out there to help plant the church, lots of people that were involved in the very beginning. We started in January. By June, July, pretty much everybody had left within leadership, and then other than me and the other pastor, and then in August he told me he was leaving. So basically, kind of by myself, 7 months new as a pastor, and just trying to make it work and figure it out, but we kept kind of pushing on. We felt like we knew God. That's why God had called us there, so we stayed. My wife and I did. And you asked for like the secret sauce to that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think we have an idea of being connected to our vision, but we don't actually understand that it's really more about a calling. Like, I couldn't get away. It's kind of like, John 6, where else are we going to go? Jesus, you guys going to lead me too?
And it was, says, where else am I going to go,
Where else am I going to go,
You have the
right?
words of eternal life.
And that's kind of how it was. It was like, all parts of me wanted to leave, but because of literally the mission and the calling that God had given us, we couldn't walk away from it. We couldn't leave it, and we knew we couldn't. So we just knew we had to continue to press on. And then when I say we, I mean we as in me and my wife. It wasn't just me going, nah, babe, come on, we can stay. I mean, there were moments where I was going, babe, can we stay? And she said, God's not done with us here yet. And so I think, it's really just, grit and determination is one thing, but having grit and determination because of the fact that you have this mission and this calling that God has given you, and it's Jesus's church, not mine, so therefore it doesn't have to look like I want it to look like, that's really what kept us there, and we just kept pressing on.
Listen, man, this guy could have a ministry of convenience, but he said no. You could have had a ministry of conviction where you felt obligated, but obligation eventually wears out. And so this guy's saying, all I have is I have a calling.
Yep.
I have been called by God. Yep. My wife has been called by God. Yep. We are at this location for a purpose. Yep. And until that purpose is fulfilled, we're not released.
Where else are we going to go?
My dog.
Yep.
That is exactly what we need.
Yeah.
We need people who are driven way more by a sense of calling than a sense of convenience.
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one last question.
All right.
If you could give a word of hope or encouragement to a Christian couple out there trying to do ministry, one nugget of wisdom that figure out a way to do it better together, what would you say?
Well, I think you do everything together, and I think that's the thing. Like for my wife's got a full-time job, and so she's doing her thing, and at the same time, I'm doing the church thing. But yet we still have to come together and figure out how to do it together. And I've made all kinds of mistakes in that, where I'd just be out leading, doing my thing, and my wife would be like, "Well, when were you going to tell me about that?"
Yeah.
And so I've just learned through those mistakes that I have to continually keep her connected to everything I'm doing, everything I'm saying. And so some of that for us has just been decompressing in the evenings, to making sure we're talking. And again, I still make those mistakes. I still just run off and
Nobody's
do things.
Perfect, man.
Because that's what I'm doing, That's the kind of person I am. And then she's like, I didn't even know about that. Sorry, But we have that communication as often as possible. So I just think you literally do everything together. And that doesn't mean that she has to be at everything, right? Like, because she's not going to. My wife works. There's no way she can be at everything. But just making sure that she's involved and connected to what's going on, and never feeling like you're over here doing your thing and I have no idea what you're doing. So I think for us, that's just been the thing, is that we're doing it together, even if we're both not there.
Yeah. Well, man, it's been awesome getting to know him a little bit more and share a little bit in his story. And it really is a story of persevering and calling. But I also appreciate you just being real and transparent, talking about the day in and day out of being married and trying to do ministry right. And no doubt about it, nobody does it perfect. But if you want to know more about their story, or maybe you even want to partner in their story in some way, shape, or form, there's going to be links in the description below. We'd love to get you connected with them, because I believe that maybe God can do something amazing in you through a partnership with them. Hey, we love you all. Peace out.